The crown of peace. The valley had known war for as long as memory stretched. To the east, the warriors of Obiola carried red and black into battle, their spears flashing like lightning. To the west, the farmers and craftsmen of Umueze defended their fertile lands with stubborn pride. Rivers had run red, and the earth bore scars of fire. Children grew up with the sound of war drums, and mothers feared the wind that carried rumors of raids. But the valley was weary. Even the warriors, proud as they were, grew tired of burying sons. So when King Dike of Obiola and Queen Nenna of Umueze met beneath the sacred Iroko tree, they agreed to bind their people in the only way left, a marriage. Prince Chike, son of Obiola, would wed Princess Amara, jewel of Umueze. The announcement carried like thunder through the valley. Some people celebrated with dancing. Others whispered that no crown woven from coral and gold would mend such blood-stained soil. On the wedding day, the valley blossomed with color. Drummers filled the air with thunderous rhythm. Dancers wailed, their wrappers flashing green, red, and yellow in the sunlight. Prince Chike stood tall, his eagle feather crown rising above his warrior's frame, his deep red robes flowing with each step. Princess Amara, radiant in a golden wrapper and coral crown, moved with the grace of a queen, though her eyes flickered with stones unseen. When their hands touched before the people, tears rose like waves, and for a heartbeat, peace seemed possible. But peace built on secrets is fragile. In the nights that followed, Chike sat in silence, staring at the scars along his arm. The scars he earned in a raid. A year before, he had led Obiola's warrior into Umueze under the cover of darkness. Fire had devoured the fields, and a child had died in the flames. His father had buried the truth, but the guilt pressed like irons on his chest. Amara carried her own ghosts. Her brother had fallen in battle against Obiola's men, and she had sworn revenge. Yet here she was, bound to the enemy's son, smiling before the people, while grief burned in her heart. The storm broke during the harvest festival. The square overflowed with roasted yam, palm wine, and laughter. Chike and Amara sat on carved stools, clothed in royal splendor, the symbol of unity. Dancers spun, drums rolled, children played at their feet. Then an old woman in a faded wrapper stepped forward. Her voice trembled but carried like a bell. "This prince who waits her daughter," she cried, "is the same who sets fire to her fields. His arms are stained with our blood." The drums died, the dancers froze, all eyes turned to Chike. Amara's heart hammered as she searched his face. His lips trembled, his body rigid, but at last, he bowed his head. "It is true," he said, his voice rough. "I was young, proud, and blind with anger. I laid that wreck, and I have carried the weight of it ever since. I did not know how to confess without shattering what we have built." Rage rippled through the crowd. Space rose. Shouts of betrayal filled the square. Peace cracked like clay in fire. But Amara stood. The coral crown on her head glowed in the sunlight as if the ancestors themselves watched. She lifted her hands, her voice steady, and the noise fell away. If we tear open the past, then this marriage is nothing but a mask, and blood will flow again. My husband has spoken truth, and truth is the seed of healing. Obiala will give its strength to protect our farms, and Umoeze will give its harvest to feed their people. Together, we will carry each other's burdens. If the gods forgive, then so must we. The crowd murmured, spirits lowered. Even the old woman, fierce in her accusation, nodded slowly. King Dike and Queen Nenna exchanged glances, their skins burned away by their children's courage. The drums began again, not with thunder, but with a gentle rhythm, like the heartbeat of a valley learning to breathe anew. Seasons passed, and the valley changed. Children of both villages chased one another across fields where warriors once clashed. Obiala's men guarded Umoize's farmlands, while Umoize's ants fed Obiola's households. At sunrise, Prince Chike and Princess Amara stood side by side, no longer symbols bound by politics, but leaders forged by fire and tempered by truth. And so, the story was told for generations, not of how cigarettes almost broke the valley, but of how confession, forgiveness, and courage built a crown of peace. Thank you for watching this story. Please like, subscribe, and comment.